everyone, it's Andrew here from Craps Down Under. Today I'm going to run through an interesting strategy that I've thought of. Basically going to try and make money on the Passline and exploit those come out rolls where we get sevens and yos. Passline has 8 ways to win and only 3 ways to lose, yet it pays even money. So the downside of the Passline is after the point is set, so it's set on the 5, you're now in a disadvantage versus the 7. So for this phase of the bet, we actually use a lay bet to help offset some of the negative side of it and preserve half of our wager or thereabouts. So let's get started. And got a $600 bankroll here. I'm going to start with a $60 wager and grab some dice. These two will do. And we're coming out. And we've got an 8. So straight into the 8. Now we are aiming to preserve half of this. So typically you do a $36 bet. So I'll get some change there to win 30. 36 wins 30. So put that back in our rack. Take back the 5. There's 36. $36 lay. We're just trying to preserve half of our wager against the 7. If the point is hit, we actually make a little bit of money, right? We're going to make 60 bucks if the point hits. We're going to lose a $36 lay, but we make the difference, and then we go straight back into an advantage roll on the Passline. And the idea is we just want to get through a number of cycles. Hopefully, we'll get some come out 7s on those come outs, or we'll get some yos. They're the kind of things we're doing, and if a shooter hits their point, that's great. We don't lose anything. We actually make a little bit. It does vary a little bit on the 4 and 10 when it's a wash if we make the point, but we only maximally lose half our bet. So the idea behind pressing our bet across a number of shooters or on the same shooter across a number of points, we can hopefully escalate our bet, take our profit and run. That's kind of what we're looking to do. Got a 5, 3, 9. Oops, that dice rolled there. It was a 6, 3, 9. And there's that 7. So we lose that, but we actually get half of it paid back as our win from our lay bet. That pays 30. We owe $1 vig. Lay goes back. So don't need that in there. So back into our Passline. Now you can top it up and take it back up to the 60, or you can leave it at that amount. It's really up to you. The idea is that you had a loss. We had a loss. We're hoping we can climb out of that loss without using our bankroll, but it also requires more wins to actually climb out. So it's really up to you. I'll just leave it here for now. We'll see how we go. Got a 6. So given we're at this lower level, I don't bother laying it. I'll let it fend for itself. So we just let it go. Hopefully we hit the point, and we'll let the table press it up for us if we manage to get the hit. And not able to make the point. That's okay, we lose that. But we've lasted a couple of point cycles with our one bet, so it's not the end of the world. We start back at a $60 level, new shooter, grab some new dice, coming out. And there's what we're looking for, come out 7s. So that's a $60 winner. So we win 60 bucks there. We take it, press it up. Now you can do it any craps if you feel like it. Any craps do tax your winnings, but it's really up to you, personal choice. If you think it's worth it, go for it. Obviously in this case, it may have been worth it because we rolled an ace deuce, so we lose that. So again, 60 bucks, start over. On the 8 again. All right, so this is a case where put 36 in just to preserve half of it. If we make the point, fantastic. we'll make some money. If we don't, then we at least get half of it back. Okay, so we make the point, fantastic. We lose the lay, the $36 lay, but that's not really an issue because we're going to get paid $60 here. All right, so I'll probably just take 30 of it, put the rest back in my rack. In fact, you don't have to take that. You could just take the 25 and just basically leave it as the $85. It's really up to you what you want to do there. I'll just maybe put it up there, 85. Just basically take what the leftover win is. There's a 9. Again, didn't get a Passline win there. So given we've got almost $90 to preserve our action, I'll just put 75 as a lay. It'll pay 50. Good enough. Don't need to do too much more than that. It's close enough to half the wager. Excuse me, there's a 7. So just goes to show we lost. We will get 50 of that. We lose that. But we're hanging in there is the idea. We're just trying to hang in there, keep our wager growing. Now we do owe a couple of dollars vig for our lay. And new shooter. Can we get some wins on the come out? No. Back into a point here. So again, probably do $60. That'll win 40. Wins about half of. Wins more than half of it. You could do a little bit less than that. Sorry, getting a little bit. I've got to do 45. 45 will win 30. That's about half of the bet. So let's do that. 45. Wins a little bit over half, but that's okay. We're just trying to preserve a little bit. 9. Sorry, 8. 6 to 8. Aiming for the 9. Hopefully the shooter can make the point. They did. They made the point. Fantastic. All right, so we'll use our lay, a $45 lay. That's okay. We get paid here. I'll probably just take it up to the 60 with that little bit of margin of win. I basically topped it up 5 out of my pocket. And we've got to come out 7. They're what we're looking for. So again, $60, parlay. So the idea is we're doubling our bet up when we win, and when we lose we get half of it back. So given that we've got more chances to win here than lose, and given that we're only going to lose half, maximum of half up here, we should actually be able to do reasonably okay. Doesn't mean the dice won't go against us, but we're at least giving ourselves a chance to be able to get a few wins back to back over a number of come out cycles. 8. So he didn't get another front side win. So now we've got 120. I'd probably lay $90. That'll give us 60, which is about, it'll give us 75. So that's about sort of half. That's okay. Doesn't have to be exactly, but we'll get 75 back if they roll a 7. If they hit the point, then great, we make a win. But at least I'm preserving 75. So there we go, 7 came, lost the point. So yeah, I'll lose 120, but I actually get, that's my lay. So I lose all of this, but I get to keep that much. So I've really only lost the $40 there. 45, whatever it was. All right, so this comes back. I do have to pay VIG on that. The VIG is actually $3, so I'll pass the dealer a 5, get 3 back in change. Now your casino might have VIG up, pay your VIG up front. You know, every house is different, so play the way your casino plays. Get some new dice, coming out, hoping to get a come out 7 or a yo. Unfortunately we got a 5. So again, what are we going to do? Well, we're going to lay, we've got 75 there. I'll probably lay 60 to win 40, which is about half of it. Close enough. And see, there you go. So come out, shooters are missing their points, but it's not the end of the world for us. It's not great. Yeah, we do lose a little bit. We get paid 40, so we get to keep 40 of it. So I'll take that back, and there's 40. So we have been knocked down. Remember, this is not stopping you. Not stopping. You're still going to lose money, but we're helping to slow the bleed down by using the lay bet, and hopefully preserve enough that we can get these back-to-back come-outs, get the wins on the come-outs. Unfortunately, you're not really getting many come-out winners, and when you're not getting any come-out winners and the shooters are not making their point, doesn't matter what you do, it's a bad bet to be on the pass line. So if the pass line's not winning, that it's not because the strategy's got a problem. It's that the pass line player isn't winning, and it does require the pass line to actually win, so in order to generate the profit. So on an 8, we've got, what do we say, $40 here. I'll probably just put, what do I want to put? I could put 36. In fact, I'm not even going to put anything. I'm going to let the $40 fend for itself. I'm just inclined to, given it's not 60, it's not our initial starting bet. It's kind of under that. I'm not going to preserve it. I'm just going to let it roll. See if I can get it to. No, we've got a 7. So unfortunately, those 7s are just not coming when we like them. They're not coming on the come out. So we lose that one. Alright, let's go back in for 60. Just trying to hang in there long enough to get a run where we get some pass line, some come out winners. That's all we're trying to get here. Oh, we've got a 7. So that's a nice start for this shooter. So parlay 120. And we're on the 8. So on the 8, what do I want to do there? Again, I will lay 90 to win 75. But if the point's made, I'm still going to make some money. 6. So just trying to preserve my wager there. 9. Midnight. 10. And 7. So we lose that, but we get to keep that much of it. Do need to pay some vig, $3. This goes back. 75. Back on the pass line. 10. All right, so this is the case. When you're on the outsides, it's going to be a complete wash. So we're going to basically put 75 down as our lay to. So it'll be a wash if we hit the point, and we'll only get 45. Well, we'll get half of that back. All right, so 35. Sorry, 37 and a half. So you're going to get 37 back because this will have to go to the nearest workable unit, which is going to be $74. So that's how the payouts work. And whack, we hit it. So that's okay, we lose this. But we do get paid the 75 there. So it's basically a lay just comes back to us. So now we're into the come out roll. Can we get a 7 or a yo? That's all we're looking for. Got to come out 7. All right. So we're into the 150, looking for a 7 or a yo. We're on the 4. So this is what I'm saying is we kind of get to preserve halves. Now remember, we just won. We've just pressed up. So the worst that can happen to us now is we end up back even here, back into a pass line once the point's resolved. If the shooter makes their point. If the shooter doesn't make their point, we'll end up with half our wager back here. So that's kind of how you have to think of it. So I'm going to pull out 150 because that's what we've got on the felt, on the front. Right, put the same amount, stick it up there. as a lay. So it's a wash if we hit it. But we're only half, it's against, our odds are against us to hit it. It's six combinations to lose and 3 to win. So it's 2 to 1 against us. So doesn't mean we, we might hit it, but we're betting that we're not going to hit it based on the fundamental odds of it. We did hit it, that's okay. We end up with our lay, comes back to us over here. And put that back in our rack. So that's a wash. Now this is the money roll, come out roll. Hoping to get, here we are, going to the outside numbers every time. So we're just hoping to hang in here long enough to get another, give ourselves another come out winner. Put 150 up, same amount here. So at least we'll preserve half of it if the 7 shows. And there's our 7. Fortunately, it didn't show on the roll before. Would have been perfect if it had shown on the roll before. So this gets paid. Basically, gets paid half of the bet. So 150. Can't quite get there, but we get paid that for that half, and we get paid one here, 75. So that's what we get paid. We lose that, and we need to pay our vig. Get 2 back. So $3 vig. So our bet was 150. It's now gone down to 75. But remember, it hasn't come out of our bankroll. It's just come out of us preserving our base wager. And there's a yo. So again, we win and parlay back up to 150. Now if we can get a 7, or even if we set a point and hit the point, we're just now looking, we're just trying to stay in that profitable come out rolls. There's 6, so we didn't get a come out winner. So now we're on a 6. So we've got 150 there. In order to preserve that, I could probably do, what would I do? Do 120. I'll do 120. Preserve 100 of it. So don't have quite enough there. So let's preserve 100 of it. There's a lay there. Still I'm going to make money if I hit the point, but I'm going to preserve 100 of my baseline wager, which is fantastic. All right, it's awesome. I'm kind of ratcheting up. If they manage to hit their point, it's fantastic. If they don't hit their point, I still get to preserve $100 and get straight back into an advantage roll on the come out. 9. And there's a 7. So unfortunately, we lose all of that. But given we've got 120, we're going to get to keep 100 of it. And I owe $5 vig, so I'll pay that. My lay is back in my rack. So now we're on the money roll. $100 on the money roll. Can we get a come out 7? No. A yo would have been just as nice. So this is the one that hurts us the most, because if we don't make the point here, we lose half our wager. So we put $100 on there, got a $100 wager. We're going to only end up with $50 this time if the 7 shows and we don't hit the point. If the point hits, we just start back over again. We're really hoping to hit our point. That's what we're really hoping to do. There's a hard 10. There's the 8. There's the 6. Come on, 4. Oh, there's the 8. There's the 8 again. 6. came hard. Midnight. Ace. Yo, sorry. Got the 4. So it's kind of good. We lose our lay, gets paid to us here. Alright, so now the best thing happened, we preserved our wager, now we're into advantage roll, right? Come out rolls are advantage rolls. 7, that's what we're looking for. Alright, so I get our 100, 200. Now, if I look at what we've got in our wager, we're basically even. So what I'm hoping to do is get one more hit and then call that my profit. Got the 8. So that's okay. We're on the 8. We've got 200 sitting there. I could put, what do we want, 150. 150 is a good, that's going to win 125. So that's not a bad one for us. Let's try, see how we go. 125, if we hit it, we're going to make 50 bucks. 5, 9, 6. Hopefully we hit it. I'm hoping we hit it. Can the shooter hit their point? 5, 4, 8. Hit their point. Awesome. So we make 50 bucks. Fantastic. We lose our lay, but as you'll see, our lay is not quite enough. We need another 50 to get there. Right? So I'll take the 50, chuck it on top. Let's see how we go on the come out. So now we've got 250 riding on this. On the hard 6. Alright, so given we've got 250, what do we want to put? 100, 150, put 150 there. Let's put 180. Let's put 180 on there. Alright, there we go. 7 out. So we lose that. But we get paid. We preserve a little bit of it. Alright, so we've got 180. It's going to pay 150. I've done my math right. And we do owe $7 vig, $7 bucks. $150 on the come out. So we're trying to ratchet up our bet through the come outs. So hopefully we don't get a horn number. And we, we're on the 8. So still not having a lot of come out winners. You know, we haven't had any back-to-back 7s. We haven't had 7 or yo. We haven't really had a nice run against for us. So we've got 150 there. Again, I'll probably put 120 as our bet. Preserve 100 of it, but still allow us to win something if we make the point. Straight back to back, bang. So we lost our lay. That's okay, because it's only 120. We pick up 150 at the front. Alright, so I'll put, given that we only lost 120, I'll probably put 25 on top of it. So what do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, 175. 175. Hoping for a come out 7. Can't get one. Just can't get them. Can't get a come out 7, can't get a yo. So again, what do I say, 175. So I'll put 150 on there. That way I preserve 125 of it. Hoping we get a come out. I'm hoping we can hit our point. If we can, fantastic. 3, 8, 6. Hit our point. That's great. We lose the lay, but we make a little bit, maybe a 25 there. Stick that there. Now we're back into a come out. So now we've got 200 on this. On the 10, that's the worst one to be on, because if we don't make the point, we can only win half our bet back. So again, I'm going to put 200. Lay it up here. It's the same height, right? Same number of chips. It's not quite 200, it's 175, I should say. All right, we'll get half of it back if we can't hit it. Eight. Can we hit the thing? Can we hit it? The 4. The 516. Hard 8. Midnight. 4. Easy. Oh, hit the 10. All right. So I lose our lay. Comes back to us here, as you can see, back in our rack. So, can we get a come out yo or 7? Give us something. 9. Not able to get there. So as you can see, we're not losing a lot. We're not losing our wager because of the 7, but we're giving ourselves the opportunity to have these advantageous rolls here on the come out. If I was to put all the money back in our rack, we're probably down about $100 at the moment. For all the play we've had, we're down $100. So it's not too bad. So given we got, what do we got? 100, 175. I'll probably put 150 to win back 100. You could put a little bit more, but that'll do. We're going to preserve 100 no matter what happens, right? Preserving 100 so we can come into another come out roll. That's what we're trying to do here. Got a yo. Haven't seen the yo for a very long time. 6. And there's the 7. Again, we lose the bet. Lose all that. But this pays us. All right. Pays us that much. All we ended up losing was the 50. But we preserved a large chunk of our bet to try and win on the come out. So I do need to pay $5 vig. If we could just get a come out winner, still unable to. And remember, this is our original bet from way back. Like many shooters ago, we put a $60 bet on the felt. And we've been kicking it along like a tyre or something, hoping to get a come out winner. But unfortunately, our shooters just aren't getting yos, and they're not rolling 7s on the come out. That's just how it is. So at the moment here, we've got no real choice but to put $100 up. So just basically hoping to get a wash here. Or at the very worst, preserve half of our bet, which takes us down to 50. So we were at a very nice, almost $200 bet level, but now we're being beaten back down, steadily being beaten back down to a $100 wager. 9. And there's a 7. So we lose this. So unfortunately, we get paid half of that, which is 50 bucks. And we do have to pay a bit of vig. Need to get 3 back. So I think you've seen literally the driest hand in terms of come out 7s. It's fantastic if you're on the don't pass. Probably, but we haven't had any come out 7s. Very, very few. There's a come out 7. Why couldn't we got one of those earlier? I don't know. But that's just how it goes. More pressed up. And there's a back-to-back one. Whoops, that was back-to-back. Back-to-back, it was a 527. So, there we are, we're up to 200. Just hoping to get a couple of them. And there's a 7. Okay. So, get a couple of blacks. Take this all back. Let's see where we're at in our rack. So, not a huge win, only 120 so far. 150, I'd say, 154. So it's not a massive win. If you want to go back where we were, we could go back, put a 300 on there, so 150, or you go 300. All right, try and play for that, or you can go and go, you know what, I'll try and play for the 10. I'll lay the 10. You can do something like that, take some of your win and go for a lay, which is kind of what I like to do. I'm going to try that. Just take my little win, try and ratchet it up a bit, give myself another chance to make a little bit more. 4, 5, 5, 4, 5, what's a 5? 6, shooters hit their point. So, just trying to play at the exit here, trying to get a 10, sorry, a 7. Shooters on the 8. 6. There's our 7. That's what we're looking for. Okay, so we've got good 300 bucks there, so we pick up another 150 as for our bonus. So need to pay a little bit of vig there. Got to pay $7 vig, so I'll hand back a 25, and so I'll hand back that, and I'll get back 20. That's my $7 vig. So where do we end up? That's my original 600 there. He doesn't want to stay there. Nothing can fit in. Nothing can fit there. So how did we do? 100, 75, almost 300 bucks. So I made roughly 50% of our bankroll. 50% is not a bad outcome. Finally, we just got the shooter get a couple of come out 7s. That's all we were looking for the entire game, was to just get a shooter, maybe set a point, get a come out 7, set another point, maybe hit it, maybe 7 out, another shooter comes, gets a come out 7 or yo. That's all you're kind of looking for. Unfortunately, we just didn't see them. we had no yos. There was literally hardly any yos rolled, not a single yo on the come out, I believe, and yeah, very, very few come out 7s on this game. But we eventually did get them, and we're able to keep our wager at a high level by preserving it through the cycle, through the point cycle. Yeah, we're not able to preserve 100% of it, and you could play the lay as a complete wash, but I was trying to give some benefit of the doubt to the shooter. So if you're totally pessimistic, then sure, do a complete wash. You know, if you've got a $100 bet there, put a $100 lay. If you've got a $200 bet, put a $200 lay. and that's a complete wash. But I was hoping for some of the shooters that I'd give them benefit of the doubt, because 40% of the shooters will actually hit their point. That's what the math says, right? 40% of points will be hit, and 60% of the points will be lost. So that's the averages according to the math. So it was giving the benefit of the doubt to the shooter, but if you're totally pessimistic, feel free to make it a complete wash. In the end, we got there, and in the end, we've made some money, which is not too bad. Call that a win. Call that a win. So pretty good. If you're feeling extra lucky, take half your win. Take half your win. There it is. There's half our win in our rack. Lay the 10 again. I don't mind playing this little game, hoping just play for the 7. Got a midnight. 5. 5's the point. This is if you're feeling super, that's a yo, feeling super aggressive and lucky. There's an 8. There's a 10. So there we go. Threw away 150 of our profit. If you're feeling malicious, try it again. Got the 4, came hard. Take the rest of your profit, put it at risk. There's a 7. You got half of it back. So you get your 75 back. Stack it on top. Alright, stack it on top. Go for it again. We'll pay some vig. We do need to get back a couple bucks. So we're feeling aggressive, feeling lucky. We'll try again. There's another 7. All right. And I don't mind playing this kind of a play at the end of my session. I actually find it reasonably profitable. Not all the time, of course. So there's 150. There's 70, 25. I've got to get half of that. So roughly 12 is the workable units. 24 is as far as I can go on that. So given that is my actual win, I need to calculate the vig on all of that. So it's 150, 160, 162. So that's going to be $8 vig. Take that, $8 vig, all done. All right. So yeah, that's kind of how I will use my profit. Not quite enough to colour that one up. That's kind of how I'll use my profit. Yeah, I've got 300. So I put 100 back because I started with 600. Yeah, 350. I'll take it. 350 is good. 350 is good. Again, you can do the same thing. Take half of it, lay it, hoping to get a 10, hoping to get a 7 again. All right. Keep all this as your profit. If you're feeling super aggressive. There we go. Got a 7. So, there we go. And I'll get rid of some of this little shrapnel here. This is kind of how I like to finish off a session. I actually find this as a nice way to risk my profit and ratchet it up. There you go. Is it going to always win? No, you saw me lose, but it's going to win 2 times for every time it loses. So that's why I do it. There we go. Plus a little bit here. So you can't argue with that. That's 400. Right, 425, 30, 35, 40, 45. Right, 245. Sorry, 445 from a $600 bankroll. Once I got that nice chunk of win, I then used the win using my little lay trick there and ratcheted it up. Even though we got beaten down, I was prepared to put all my profit at risk to try and come away with a little bit more, and we did. So hope you enjoyed this one. I actually think with maybe a different shooter, a different session, we might have had a quicker win because it was pretty abnormal to have so few come out sevens. I very rarely see that at my casino where you don't have any come out sevens, and we only had very, very few of those actually happen for us. But when they did happen, quickly we got our profit. Very, very quickly we got our profit. And most of the time we were treading water because we weren't going back into here to keep playing the pass line. Remember, we're preserving half our pass line. So you get the chance to double it up every shooter, and you get the chance to preserve half of it if you lose. So double it up and only lose half is pretty good. The only thing that's going to get you is the craps on the come out. And you can insure that if you really want to. So I actually think it's got a good structure to actually generating some reasonable profit.